I'm currently at work right now, but I just wanted to come on here to talk about this one thing that I've kind of held in my mind for years, and it's that high school is a time for mistakes. I often find myself dwelling on the choices that I made in high school, but the longer I think about it, I know that I'm glad I made those choices when I was younger. So I learned a lesson, and now that I'm going into adulthood, I can kind of apply what I learned and use it. With this, I feel like you can get away with more stuff when you're younger, and it's nice when you just kind of live then, and then you can figure out what works, what doesn't work, and you still have the stability to move around. Even if you make a really bad decision and do something, you have a lot of time to grow and learn from that. I find it's a lot easier to make mistakes when you're younger and then learn from them than make them as an adult, where you kind of should already know. Of course, mistakes are they happen, but sometimes if you make a stupid mistake, you're like, oh, I probably should have learned that back in grade 9, but you know what I mean? I also find it's such an important time to figure out who the good people are, because there's so many different people you'll meet in high school who have different motives, and with this you can kind of go around, meet everyone, talk to everyone, but you have years to figure out if these are the kind of people you want to stick around. I remember I hung out with a bunch of different kinds of people, and then over time I kind of figured out, oh, this is a person I would want to give time to, and then this is a person that I probably shouldn't hang out with because they're taking away from my life. So I think it's a really good experimental period in our lives. In all, I don't think we should beat ourselves up with the mistakes that we made in high school, as they're just helpful in shaping us to who we are today, and it's honestly just a time for learning and growing, and everyone does it. I'm now in university, and I find that I've learned so many helpful things that I can apply to my now life, and sometimes I'll witness someone who's going through something for the first time that they didn't deal with in high school, and they have a harder time dealing with it now as they didn't have the experience, or they didn't kind of deal with it properly back then. So I'm very grateful for younger Reese and the lessons that I was taught back then.